Hey guys, welcome to another lesson or another tutorial if you like. Today we're going to learn about tuples, we're going to learn about lists, and we're going to learn how to add to a list and how to remove from a list and a few other functions as well. Now, just very quickly of what tuples are, it's just basically a variable with further items in there and that are of the same value. So for example, if you wanted to have like let's just say fruits, and the main thing is it doesn't change, the values of it doesn't change. So your equals, we got say apples, comma, quotation, and then let's just say one more, we'll just say pear, okay, like that, and then we close that. Now notice that it's in circular brackets. Now if we was to just print this out, fruits for example, we run that 5, and you should see all of those values coming up, as you can see, like that, 5. Apples, bananas, fruit. Now let's just say you wanted to print out only the first value, the apples for example, first fruit in there. And now notice it, remember you can't add to, you can't change it, it's just already declared. So what you need to do, you need to add the square brackets. Now remember, I spoke about in the last tutorial that the first one, some sort of it's like this if you like, it starts with 0. This is something programming does. So if we run this one as well, you should see that it should print out just apples. If we wanted to print out only bananas, you could do something like this. Sorry, that's supposed to be 1, like so, that, and we should see bananas. Okay, so again, print the name of this particular variable that contains all of these, and then we want that particular value. Now let's just say that you want to print the last value in there. So let's just include one more. Let's just say another fruit, grape for example. Close that. Now we want to print, print out the last value of the tuples. Now what you need to do is use this thing called -1. Now that will always print out last value, which is grapes. Okay, so let's try that out now. Run 5 over here, just do that. You see it does print that out. Now let's just say we wanted to print a range, say from banana and pear only. Now the best way to do that is to put these double colons, if you like. You should be able to print out only those two. So banana, that's something else. Okay? So what I was supposed to do, I'm supposed to add one beyond that. So I want to print out this one and this one. So you notice that, so that's 0, 1, and that's 2. But I wanted to get this range. So what you need to do for 1, 3. Okay, so that would not include this particular value there. So if you did that, if I change that to 4 for example, you hit F5, you'll see that it prints out all of them. Okay, remember this is 0, 1, 3. So we want to make sure we get the range from there to there. Okay, so that's something useful. Now the other one that you want to learn about is called arrays. Arrays and lists. Lists in Python, if you like, that's the name of it. It's slightly different. So all it is using square brackets. Now the reason why you would use something like this is because you might just want to have let's just say for example scores, and then someone will just put as number 12, they scored again 15, they happen to get a low, so suddenly they now obviously every time they've taken 4 tests, say if you like, and they've scored 12 and so forth. Okay, so we want to be able to access. Now notice that these are of the same data type as well. So you got an integer there, none of them are strings. So now what you could do, if you want to see how they've scored the first one, so you just score exactly the same, 0, then print that out. So how have they done in their first results, and then we hit F5 for that. Now the main difference is that it uses square brackets, and you could add to it. There is a way of adding to, let's just say if they've taken another test, so we're going to append to that. That's something we're going to learn today as well. One thing we can do, say let's just say on the second test, we got it wrong, we want to change that value. So what you could do, you did something like this, so score, then that's the value. Remember, it starts from 0, 1, 2, 3. So always remember that in programming, it always starts from 0 here. So that equals to, let's just say they actually got a really good result. Let's just 2 out of 25, for example. Now you'll see if I print out this particular value, you'll see that would have changed. So this value here, 15, would have changed to 22. So we're going to assign this 22 value in this. If I run that very quickly, see that when I print that out, it has changed. Okay, and just to prove it, if I was to run that just before particular line, and I run that, you should see values first being 15 and the second being 22. You could also find out how long the list is. So for example, I wanted to print something like this, so then this is a built-in value function. It should print out that there are 1, 3, 4. So if we run this again, 5, you should see that it prints out the number 4. So if we increase that, let's just say he scored really well, 25 for example, and then we run that, and you should see that length value has now changed to 5. Now let's just work out how to add another value on programming. But the best way to do this is, what you need to do, you need to call the variable, the list if you like. You have to do append. So this is a built-in function, and then let's just say we wanted to add 25 out of 25. I don't know. I will try this, see if this works, and then we want to print out for them to see it add it. So Control F that. You can see it has literally added it the end of that. Okay, so right here. Every time I run it again, obviously it's back here. Okay, so that's how to append. There is a way of appending at the beginning as well. There's a way of appending in between. Let's just have a go at that. To do that, what we need to do is just use the word insert. So we want to insert maybe in the second position, or just after the 0 position. Let's just say in between that, just after that, just before that if you like. We want to insert the 25. Hopefully that works. Give it a go. So you can see that now we've just literally added 25 at the beginning. If we change that, let's say we wanted to get into the second value here, so we want to put it just in between 12 and 15 if you like, and we run that, that would give us up like to 12. There's the one that we just added. Very useful in that respect. Now let's just say you wanted to remove a value this time. Let's just say you wanted to remove number 10. That's not so. You literally use the word remove, and then you a bit. So we want to type in number 10. We run that again. Type on that. See, notice that the number 10 is now missing from. To prove that, you could always run it before. If I run this now, you want to prove something works. You see before that line, before this particular line, you can see the 10 is in there. Now after that, this particular function here, move, you print that out, and you can. Now there's another method called pop. Pop basically removes the last value from here, so this is quite useful. It's just pop here, so you can see if I run this, you'll see values come. So F5, see here, got 24. After we run the pop, okay, you wanted to pop a particular index. Now these are called indexes, something you need to get familiar with. This is 0, 1. Again, I'll explain. This is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want to get rid of the number 20. So the index number is 0, 1, 2, 3. So if I type in here, see when I run this, you'll see the first one. Yeah, I've got 20. Then obviously here's the value here. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Here you can see 0, 1, 2. That's missing. So I've literally popped that out. That's very useful as well. One other thing you can do, you can join lists together. So for example, let's just cut this down a little bit. Let's just imagine that James, Ahmed and Tim took the, and they got these scores, and we wanted to just put it into one array. What you could do is just scores, which is that one, plus names, that one, and you'll see that what ends up happening if I run this, if you look down here, you've got these values, and then you've got, this is not ideal program because these are two different data types. Now if it was to print out like a certain value, for example, let's just say a bit higher actually, 4, and we run that as well, and see that it does actually print out the 5th one. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this is number 5 in a way. Okay, so it starts from here, so it actually does print that out. Now these are pretty much the basics of using lists. Tuples you wouldn't use as much. I think lists are much more useful to use, so you need to make sure that you're familiar with this. Now when it gets interesting is when we learn how to use loops, where we could go through each one, and that's something we're going to learn hopefully in a few lessons time. We're able to go to each one, check what's there and what's, and I think there is a function available, for example the remove, when we had names dot remove. Now what it does do, you can quite clever, we want to remove Tim. It does go through for the entire array. Imagine there's 100 names there, and it would literally remove, so it literally is going through that, but we want to program that. That's something would be a lot more useful for us to program that and find that and try to remove it. Now this is obviously built in, has removed it. Anyway guys, have a go at that, mess around with arrays, lists. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and add any comments that you feel that you could learn from and that I could probably teach. See you soon.